Jeffrey Dahmer. Did you know that freak? He was drilling holes in gay dudes' heads. Gay Asian teenagers, he was drilling holes in their heads to put acid in them so he could make zombies. He wanted to be playing Plants vs. Zombies in real life with Asian teenagers. That is sickening. Sickening. There's one thing they don't tell you whenever you sign up for the IDF. They only allot 25 minutes of Crash Bandicoot every day. If I had known that before I signed up, I would have never signed up in a million years. But what can I say? I'm in Netanyahu's beck and call. The point is, I only have 25 minutes to play Crash Bandicoot and I need to make it count. Things have been pretty chill in the IDF recently, since this whole Palestine thing finally came to a permanent end, but that still doesn't change the fact that Charlie Sheen's an actual pedophile. And the real kicker is, it's not even for little girls, it's for little boys. 2.5 men? More like 2.5 boys raped. It's so hard being the only goy in the IDF. All the guys make fun of me and call me goy boy. I mean, come on, I can't help the fact I'm not actually Jewish. I just wanted to join the IDF for Netanyahu. So you might have heard that Rick Chow guy got the not guilty verdict today. And the first thing I thought when I heard that was, how could I make a funny skit out of that? And then I was like, oh, imagine the court hearing, he was like, "Ah, yes, I defended my accusation with the pride and honor and received the most honorable not guilty verdict." But that made me sick to my stomach once I did that, and I was like, wow, that wasn't funny at all. That was just sick and vile and twisted. And when I say twisted, I'm not talking about the good kind of twisted, like Twisted Metal. I'm talking about twisted like Jeffrey Dahmer. Did you know that freak? He was drilling holes in gay dudes' heads. Gay Asian teenagers, he was drilling holes in their heads to put acid in them so he could make zombies. He wanted to be playing Plants vs. Zombies in real life with Asian teenagers. That is sickening. Sickening. Yeah, I really hate how the Netflix series completely changed the discourse around Jeffrey Dahmer. Now everybody's like, oh, he was just an uwu autism boy. Killing was his special interest. He can't help that. He couldn't help that. Next thing you know, people are going to be making sad edits of John Wayne Gacy. Okay, this is actually going to sound completely made up, but I swear this happened, but I had a dream a couple weeks ago that, like, a hole to hell, like, opened up, and then I saw, like, two Mads, like, fat ass, like, reaching a hand up. It's like, help! And then he got pulled right back down by the devil. It was sort of like that movie Krampus. Really freaking freaky. And that's not even the scariest part. And then a gnome popped up and said, Turkey Tom will die March 30th, 2036! I was like, oh damn, that's even crazier. And then Michael Jackson rose out of the grave, started doing the Thriller dance, and yeah, okay, you know I made this whole thing up, but it was still pretty good imagery, like very dreamlike, very Lynchian. I mean, that could have been in Blue Velvet. Would it have been better than the 12-minute long rape scene? Unlikely, but possible. But I'm kind of glad Vine got deleted because there were a lot of jokes on there that were really hateful and distasteful towards people who died. Like, there was this Vine where there was a very, very effeminate looking, probably gay kid. Like, I would definitely guess this kid's gay now. He might have even been gay back then. But a bag of chips falls down on him and he says, Hurricane Katrina? More like Hurricane Tortilla.
Whoa! Hurricane Katrina! More like Hurricane Tortilla.
It's like, bro, Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina killed a lot of real people, buddy. And it wasn't just white people, it was blacks too. See, I put that little addendum at the end there because that kid was white and he might not have really understood the full scope of it unless it was happening to white people as well as black people. Just needed that to be put in there because, you know, that wasn't for me. I'm not racist. But that kid is racist and gay. Turkey Tonk should make a video about him and call it The Gay Racist Kid Vine Star Who Fell Off the Face of the Earth. No, that actually is a good idea for a video. Like, not anything I'd be interested in making, but somebody find where that gay tortilla kid is now. I want to see what's up with him. Is he actually gay? If he wasn't gay, that would have been better than a Shyamalan twist. Like, you see that movie Old where you find out they were making pills and shit? This would have been on that same freaking level. That's how good it was. There's been a mildly viral post going around recently that's showing in Crash Bandicoot Mind Over Mutant. There's a clip in the game where if you're beating on your sister Coco long enough, she calls you a lousy goyim. And there's also another clip going around, it's a little viral as well, it's of Simpsons Hit and Run where if you beat up on Krusty for too long, he also calls you a lousy goyim. And now, nobody's put together that both of these are made by the same studio, but they were written by different writers. So who is the absolute madman at the studio that managed to have this line in both games? Like, could be just a coincidence, but lousy goyim, that is pretty specific verbiage. Who put that in? Was it Matt Selman? Was it the Mind Over Mutant writer guy? Who could have freaking done it? But the point is, Simpsons Hit and Run, pretty good game. Mind Over Mutant, never played it, but it's an abortion to the Crash series, so why would I ever touch it? But maybe I would play it someday. Maybe I'll do it today. Maybe not today, but do it for this channel. Wouldn't that be fun? Crash Mind Over Mutant. Anyways, back to Goy talk. I think it's a little offensive that we started to refer to it as Goy Slop and not Goy Feed. I mean, the slop, that's a little too negative connotation, but feed, that's perfect. I mean, we gotta turn dining back into Eden. None of this fancy stuff. I wanna be fed Goy Feed, not Goy Slop. That's anti-Semitic garbage. Gimme Goy Feed. Please, give me some Goy Feed. Come on, just a little Debbie's. That is some supreme grade A Goy Feed. Another piece of common anti-Semitic information is that Jewish people never partake in Goy Feed, but they eat Goy Feed all the time. They love taking Goy Feed. Like once a week, they'll have a little bite of a little Debbie, you know, just to taste how good it is and then throw it in the trash. But not because they hate it, because they like it and because they respect all Goy. I might have to get off the game a little early today because I heard Ethan and Gila Klein are dropping by the base, so we're gonna get to meet them and we're gonna sign autographs and shit. Huzzah, another glorious day in Israel. Now, for all my incel guys out there, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. It's always better to have a 7 out of 10 girlfriend who you can manipulate to your every whim than a 10 out of 10 girl who thinks that she's all that. That's what you need in your life. You need an ugly as shit 7 out of 10 girlfriend who you honestly kind of despise, but you just want to order her around, and you know, your friends who are actually straight will probably think she's hot, and then you can use that as leverage over them to think of yourself as better. I mean, who doesn't want to just be getting sucked off by dudes 24/7? Why do we even need foids if we can just be gay? I wish that my parents would let me be gay so I wouldn't have to be pretending to like foids. I mean, it takes like a 10 out of 10 foid for me to even be half turned on. Like, that's giving me making my dick look like a freaking peanut. Burnt peanut. It's making my penis look like the burnt peanut whenever I have to try and look at girls. It's just freaking gross. Show me dudes, baby. Show me dudes. No, I'm kidding. I'm straight. And I want to shag Edmund Krabappel from The Simpsons. TikTok loves sending you stuff that like tries to make you mad, because I keep seeing a bunch of these clips where women are trying to explain why women are funnier than men. And they always like purposely are picking out the videos where the women are saying the stupidest shit, I swear. Like I saw a video where a girl was saying is like, yes, my husband only laughs at the simplest stuff like he's 12 years old. But me and my girlfriends all laugh at memes where there's like 10 layers to it. It's like, if you think that a meme having a bunch of layers to it somehow automatically makes it funny, then you're demonstrating why a lot of men think women can't be funny. Which I don't even think is true. There's even a lot of funny women on TikTok. But I will say overall, it is a pretty known fact that men are on average are funnier than women, and you can't be saying that men aren't funny or women aren't funny. Like, both of those are retarded, because it doesn't make sense that a whole gender cannot be funny, or even significantly. I guess men are usually more funny, but let's be real here. It's only by about like 33%, which is still a big number, but maybe not as big as some people like to say. Now that's like purely anecdotal, but let me tell you though, the women that are unfunny are unfunny as hell and make the whole gender look bad. It's just embarrassing. And I was looking at that chick's like repost because I wanted to see, oh, what memes is she laughing at that are so hilarious. And the only one I saw was like the most recent thing she liked. It was a clip of the Lorax like standing up for the trees when they were getting cut down, and then the caption said, how I act in a conversation when the topic of AI comes up. And I was like, okay, it's raps. Like, that is genuinely the most unfunny, garbage, stupid, fucking bullshit thing I ever saw. Like, that actually had me think, it's like, yep, this whole thing was a psyop to try and make me as annoyed as possible at women or something. They were trying to make me the next Elliot Rodger, but I swiftly held the fort down and said, no, women are funny. TikTok just likes sending you shit to rage bait you. They send you the most unfunny women ever. And maybe for these girls on TikTok, they're getting the same thing but the men version. But that doesn't change the fact that that chick was shit talking her husband for no reason while she was extremely unfunny herself. Now, I bet the husband's not funny either, but she is just not funny at all. And if you're not funny at all, like, not funny at all, why the hell are you making a video about humor? That just makes no sense to me. I mean, this video, I'm not acting like this is no Norm Macdonald or anything, but there were a few laughs to be had all around. I mean, I was doing Chinese accents and stuff. That's a little outdated, but still funny, and I did it with a modern bit of satire too. Mixed the old with the new, because that was a new news story. That not guilty verdict for Rick Chow, that came out like last night. Yo mama, so stupid, she thought Adam Lanza was a carpenter. Yo mama, so stupid, she posted a piece of fruit on Kiwi Farms. Yo mama, so stupid, she thought her pussy was roast beef. But I think whenever Chris Chan dies, it's going to be a lot when Michael Jackson died and people stop caring that he was a pedophile. Like, people really aren't going to care that Chris had sex with his mom. They're going to be mourning him, and then he's going to go down as an internet legend. And then people are probably going to come up with a false narrative that Chris didn't actually have sex with his mom. He just said he did for no reason and mentioned it hundreds of times in his journal. And anytime it gets brought up in one of his streams, he said it happened in another dimension, but it never happened here. But he definitely didn't do it. People love defending Michael Jackson these days, and there's a clip going around where Macaulay Culkin is talking about, he's like, yeah, people say it's weird I was sleeping in the same bedroom as Michael, but he had a 3-story bedroom. It's like, okay, Macaulay, what about the woman he raped? Doesn't matter how big the bedroom was, it was still rape. I don't care if it was a waterbed, don't care if the bedroom had a fucking slippy slide in it, it was still rape, and he definitely did that. And Michael Jackson, also like Jeffrey Dahmer, like, he was just an uwu, he had no childhood. It's like, okay, none of these Disney stars had a childhood, but they just go out and get DUIs and shit and fuck up their life with drugs. They're not out fucking raping women. Did Olivia Rodrigo rape one woman? Yes. And she also killed a special needs person. But that's what they don't fucking tell you because she's been psyoped her whole career. But I'm really glad that these Disney pop stars always end up pouring out because when you're a kid who grows up having a crush on these girls and then you see them act like complete sluts, it's definitely a bit of a turn on. Kind of like a Good Girls Gone Bad sort of thing. Like Sabrina Carpenter, she absolutely knows what she's doing with her male audience. And the lesbians too, I'm pretty sure they're probably eating that shit up. I think one of the worst things you can do to yourself as a man is go your whole life without trying to jack off while your finger is also in your butt. Like, this is an experience I think everybody needs to try. Because it's also formative in realizing, hey, wait a second, if I want to feel something good in my butt, it's going to need to be bigger than this. So you either move on to a real penis or maybe a dildo if you're not feeling as gay. Especially if it's non-penis shaped. Okay, I have a little bit of a confession to make. Whenever that Titanic sub blew up a few years ago, that whole thing was me. I'm the one who planted the bomb. I'm sorry that whole family or whatever died, but I did it for the memes. And I also had a bet placed on one of those betting websites where it was like, will the Titanic people die? And I said, yes, 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 they will, because I already planted the bomb. They were absolutely fucked from day one. You think it was because they were using a PlayStation controller? No, of course not. It was because I planted a bomb in that thing and they all died. But it's kind of sad that the angry video game nerd fell off. I mean, people make fun of him relentlessly. Nostalgia Critic is actually the one who's getting more respect these days, which is the most insane swap that I have ever seen in my life. Like, even like 10 years, no, maybe not even 10 years ago, but like 8 years ago, people shat on Doug Walker all the time. Like, if you heard Doug Walker's name in the conversation, it was because he was getting made fun of. Like, you were not allowed to be an open Nostalgia Critic fan 8 years ago. But now it is the other way around, where anytime you bring up fucking James Rolfe, like, you get people who are making fun of him. The 540ers, the Cinemassacre truthers, the funniest subreddit on the whole planet. Okay, it was funny a couple years ago, it's dead now. The people who are still posting there need to move on with their lives. Like, it was okay to make fun of the Cinemassacre crew for like a whole year or two straight, but after that, it kind of got a little mean. Because, the fans of the assholish variety can be quite numbersome on the old Bimster, if you know what I mean. On the old Jamester. And, okay, I'm going to be 100% dead ass here. Like, I know I said that a lot of times in this video and I was still lying, but I genuinely, whenever the rental reviews were first coming out, I really liked them. And I thought that Justin Silverman, I thought he was like the best dude on there. He always had something interesting to say. And I still think that too. But Justin Silverman gets a bad rap. Like, it's generally just because he's fat and he came on Cinemassacre late. And I can understand why people don't like him. He can be sort of annoying, but I still do like him. There's just a lot of people on the line who I think are way more annoying than him. Like genuinely, I would rather hang out with Justin Silverman than Gamer from Mars any day of the week. And Turkey Tom. I'd rather hang out with Justin Silverman than Turkey Tom or Gamer from Mars or Emperor Lemon or any of those commentary freaks. They really don't seem like good people to me. Genuinely, like, I don't think they're awful people, but they don't seem like good people. Like, none of those people are like radiating positive energy. They kind of just seem like scumbags who siphon off of the horrible things that are happening in the world, which I also am doing right. I'm not a good person either, but see, I did it with satire. They actually just talk about it and get people in a bad mood because they're hearing about all these horrible things, but I try and put a comedic spin on it, like with that Rick Chow situation. I've made that shit funny for so many people. They were probably really pissed off. It's like, wow, how did Rick Chow get away with killing that kid? But what they don't tell you is the defense attorney was legit maybe the most cracked lawyer I've ever seen. He was playing Ace Attorney in real life, completely shitting on the state, making them look like numbskulls. He had me so convinced, I literally wanted to teleport to the jury room so I could be the 13th member and then also give that guy a not guilty verdict. Because genuinely, he did such a freaking good job. Now, I found out something recently that really surprised me and made me never want to watch the Oni Plays channel again. So apparently they don't actually record like their gameplay and then talk over the gameplay. they like get some gameplay and then talk over watching the gameplay so they can be funnier. Like they don't actually play the games. Like that's so crazy to me. How have they gotten away with doing this for so long that nobody's ever reported on it? And Zach Hadel's a pedophile. How did they get away with never doing that shit? Is it that hard to play a game? I guess it must be for the O'Neill crew. Fuck those guys. I always thought Game Grumps was more charming and more funny. And more racist. Play the JonTron clip.
Grumps, or I will not give you potato squash soup. And nigga knows I love me some potato
Yeah, he does.
squash.
He does. I remember.
What an odd thing to say.
I remember when that whole JonTron controversy happened on the Destiny livestream where he was saying that wealthy blacks committed more crimes than poor white people. But I didn't like know that that's why people hated him at that time. Like I just found out he got taken out of Ukulele. Like he like voiced a character in the game and then he wasn't gonna be voicing the character anymore. I was like, this is discrimination! Bro, I wonder what Kevin Spacey is up to these days. Like, he's not in jail, but nobody ever sees him out in public. Like, how have there not been any public Kevin Spacey sightings? Like, is he that worried of going out in public? Because, you know, the pedophile stuff that he just orders all his groceries and just does private events with nobody who... Why does he never go out in public? Why we don't see pictures of this guy? Like, I want to see a Twitter account called Spacey Watching, where we just see pictures of him walking around the streets of LA or whatever the hell this Hollywood freak lives. Alright, let me do a Seinfeld parody off the top of my dome.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with you going up on stage to do a stand-up and the crowd heckles you for being pro-Israel? I mean, can't these Palestinians monkeys just get off my back? I made freaking Seinfeld with Larry David. I made it with Larry David. Now let me go talk to my accountant.
Yeah, we make fun of everybody around here. I mean, we made fun of Rick Chow, he's Asian. We made fun of white people, Turkey Tom. And then, you know, we just did something towards black people. Everybody gets it a little equal around here. That's how I like to do things. Kind of reminds me of another person you might know. Malcolm X, ever heard his name? I believe he believed in a little thing called equality as well. Although he wanted black people separate from white people, which I don't agree with. But I think later on in his life, before he got assassinated, I think he started to change his mind. He's like, I guess all white people aren't bad, which that's respectable. I mean, it must be hard to go your whole life thinking white people are the devil, and then in your later years, you go out and sort of walk against it. You realize, hey, maybe white people there ain't all Yakubian pieces of shit. Some of them can be nice. Now, you might ask, hey, why does this white guy have the right to speak about racism? Let me tell you, I've seen Do the Right Things 3 times. I'm an expert on de-escalating racial conflicts. All you gotta do for a white person, here's not how to make black people mad. Don't smash their stereos, don't smash their boom boxes, and don't call them the N-word, especially not if you own a pizza shop. And if they ask for pictures of brothers up on the wall, you put up the pictures of brothers up on the wall. Well, the feds took out my uncle because he had a photograph of Matt Stone giving Trey Parker a blowjob, and it was framed just like the blowjob scene in The Shining. He was even wearing the bear costume, but he didn't have the head on, so that's why you could see his face. Wait, wasn't it like that in the movie too? Oh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. There was definitely a bear mask on the face there. In the movie, not in real life, because Matt Stone did not have a mask on, because he was giving Trey Parker a blowjob. In fact, you could see the pre-cum on his face already. Now, I will admit, I think Sam Hyde is pretty funny, but I think sometimes he takes it too far. Like, there was one time he genuinely was in a van, and then he had a camera. Well, he wasn't the one with the cameraman was the one with the camera, but the camera was pointed at Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde, he's in the van, you know, looking around the window. He points out a woman, and then they just literally kidnap and rape the fucking woman, and they do it and act like it's a joke, and they're cracking jokes throughout, and the whole thing is disgusting, foul, filthy. To be honest, I don't know how this was allowed on YouTube, let alone the entire internet. And why are we still supporting Sam Hyde after this? He raped a woman in broad daylight. Actually, it was 5 p.m., but still, it was still pretty bright out because it wasn't no winter time. And that's what they don't want you to know. Cameras don't lie. He raped her in the winter time. Cameras don't lie. The time code on the camera said 5:21 p.m. The cameras don't lie. She came 3 times. The cameras don't lie. Well, we are getting dangerously close to my 5-minute hang-up, and to be honest, I think I'm going to call it a little bit early. Shit, I think I can hear the Ethan copter blurring away as we speak. I think I'm about to go meet his horse wife as well. Maybe get her hoof print tattooed on my crotch.
N-word.